Hey everyone, this is Luke again, and welcome to this sort of little bit of news that we have gotten here. I just wanted to showcase this to you, and so that I could give my overall thoughts on this. Um, th- as you all know, on April Fool's Day, Tommy Andreasen released this, and honestly, when I first looked at it, I thought there's no way he could be serious with this. Because for one, it was real. Because for one, for why is Dareth on the cover? Dareth is like the character you just don't take seriously. And the other thing, it was released on April Fool's Day, a day synonymous with joking around and not being taken seriously. So I thought there's no way this can be real. But then it actually turned out to be true. Because little did I know that Tommy did the same thing a few years earlier with this image. Before we get to the scope of this image, we'll go with this one. And I'll zoom in for you so that you may actually see it. This image was showcased around 2018 when Hunted first came out. It says Happy Easter and April Troll, or April Fools, I should say. 3 spoilers about Ninjago Season 9, but only 2 of them are true, hence 2 truths, 1 lie. Similar to 2 lies, 1 truth of Season 9. The ninja will learn the language of dragons, Dareth will unlock his power, or do you like talking racks? There will be one in Season 9. Now, if I first saw this, my mind would have been like, okay, the one that is obviously a lie is 2. I would have went with 2 as the lie. And I would have been proven wrong, because Dareth does unlock his power, which led to a shitty arc, quite literally, in Season 9. And the one that I really wanted to happen, Ninja Talk Learn the Language of Dragons, kind of sort of happened, but not really. And that was the one lie, because the talking rat was Mistake. So, we'll get back to this image right here. So I'll zoom it in for you so you can see better. And these are the 2 truths, 1 lie about the 2022 season of Ninjago. And this text says Dareth Attorney at Law. And if you call this number, it's actually the region where they record Ninjago in Vancouver, Canada. That's just a little tidbit of knowledge for you. So, they go as follows. Number 1, the lyrics to the Weekend Whip will become an important plot point. Not only are the words catchy, but they also contain a secret which has remained unfolded since the song premiered in 2011. Number 2, an insignificant potted plant will prove to be one of the main reasons our heroes stand a chance against the overwhelming forces of evil. And finally, number 3, toy designers and writers have collaborated to avoid spoilers by including characters and objects in the toys, which will not feature in the season's storyline. Now let's go over these one by one before I make the decision of what's telling the truth in my eyes versus what is lying. The lyrics of the Weekend Whip, honestly, that would be incredibly difficult in order for that to work. But it's basically saying lyrics in the Weekend Whip, and I'm pretty sure this is the original Weekend Whip it's talking about, not any other variations like the Temporal Whip, the Shintaro Ninja Whip, so on and so forth. So, the lyrics in the original Weekend Whip will serve a purpose, and it will contain an important plot point. That would be interesting to note that no one has talked about this since the song debuted in 2011. That would be interesting. Okay, next one. An insignificant potted plant will prove to be one of the main reasons our heroes stand a chance against the overwhelming forces of evil. So it's basically saying something insignificant, something that doesn't seem important, will become important later. So it's saying details that shouldn't matter will matter, essentially. And honestly, I also could see this one, because Ninjago has done this stuff before. I remember in Season 8, where Jade gets tea leaves, I think it was, from Mistake, where she says, to go. I think that's how she sounded, and eventually became an important detail as those tea leaves transported the ninja to the first realm. So there you go. And then finally, toy designers and writers have collaborated to avoid spoilers by including characters and objects in toys which will not feature in the season's storyline. Now, this one has raised some eyebrows from what I've heard, because if this one is proven to be true, then some of the names that we've seen, like the Overlord, the Skull Sorcerer, Asphira, they might be just ploys. It might be just a ploy to trick you into this. And honestly, that would seem kind of scummy of Lego to even do that, just to avoid spoilers and avoid leaks. Which, honestly, you can't stop leaks, no matter how hard you try. Someone is going to leak it. And that's just not me trying to sound like a dick, but that's just the truth of it. Someone's just gonna leak it no matter what. So, let me just, sorry, I gotta check some things. Yeah, okay, I'm good. Anyways, I'm gonna use this little marker tool, if I can find it. I think it's this one. Annotate, I think. Yeah, this one. If you could load, please. Thank you very much. Help me. What are you doing? There you go. Anyways, I'm gonna be talking about which one I believe to be right versus which ones are right and which ones are wrong. So let's go over them. The insignificant potted plant, I am going to believe this to be true. I'm going to think this is a true one. And here's why. Like I said before, Ninjago has shown before where detail may not seem to matter, only for it to matter later on in the season. It's done that before, as my previous example showed with Jay and the tea leaves from season 8. So honestly, I could definitely see this one happening. So I'm going to say this one is true. Toy designers and writers would collaborate to avoid spoilers. As much as I don't want this to be true, I think this one is also true. Now, I feel like this is a very scummy thing for Lego to do, but to be fair, Lego has done some scummy things in the past, which I'm not going to name. If you know, you know. But basically, it wouldn't surprise me if they'd done this to sort of save face, if you will, to cover up for their lack of ineptitude, if you will, with, leaks and information and spoilers and whatnot. But if that's the case, then a lot of the names I mentioned earlier, like I said before, they might not appear in the actual season after all, and just do that just to trick you into doing that. Which I think is not a good move, because wouldn't that be classified as false advertising? I don't know. That's just me. And so, in my opinion, the one that is a lie is the first one. And, oops, is this one, the first one. And the reason I say this one is because someone is bound to have known it. It's the same thing with leaks. Someone is going to know about this little secret plot point, if that was the case. Now, it could be something as insignificant as a word, or even just a whole entire lyric, or even 2 words. And if that's the case, then that's very sneaky. That's something I never pointed out. But honestly, it's just too big of a secret to just be kept quiet for 10, 11 years. Now, if this was back in the 90s, maybe I could have understood this, because it was way easier to do this type of stuff in the 90s. But this is the 2020s. This stuff is going to go around that quickly. So, honestly, I think the first one, the one asserting to the Weekend Whip, is the lie, and the other 2 are the truths. But what do you guys think? Which one of these 3 do you think is the lie, and which 2 do you think are the truths? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel by clicking on the red subscribe button, and click on the notification bell to see every video that I will upload. And I'll see all you folks in the next video. Bye-bye!